Are you applying for long-term disability? Avoid these 3 mistakes. Hi, my name is Brandon Osterbind, and I'm an injury and disability attorney here in Central Virginia, and I help people whose long-term disability claims have been denied. So I want to talk to you today about the top 3 mistakes that you may or may not have already made in filing your claim for long-term disability, and then how to fix some of those mistakes. So the first thing that we often see is that when people ask for their medical records, they don't get a full set of their medical records. They only get bits and pieces that the doctors give them. It's important to make sure that you ask your doctors for every single piece of paper. Now, you don't have to give every single piece of paper to the insurance company. There may be fax transmission sheets or letters just asking for updates or things like that don't have any relevance whatsoever to your claims. You don't have to give every single piece of paper to the insurance company. Not every single piece of paper is relevant, but there are a lot of pieces of paper in your medical file that you would not even expect to see. So it's important to make sure when you request your medical records that you request a full copy of your medical records, preferably in electronic format, because then the healthcare provider has to go into their system and do an export, and it's more official than the doctor simply printing out a status sheet or a visit report at the end of your doctor visit, because that visit report is not going to have everything that the insurance company needs to make a decision about your claim. The second thing that I often see when people file their own claim is they use the forms that the insurance company gives them. So a form about what you can and cannot do. The insurance company will have this small form that barely covers half of anything. It's important to go beyond that. It's important to think outside the box when it comes to filing these claims, because if you don't file all the information, if you don't give them enough information upon which to decide your claim, then the answer is going to be denied. Even though the insurance company has a fiduciary duty to decide your appeal in your best interest, with your best interest in mind, they are still going to be looking for reasons to deny your claim. So you have to make sure that you don't use their forms. It's okay if you use their forms, but you have to supplement with additional information well beyond that. And the third mistake that I often see is that certain tests are not done by the doctors, because the doctors know what your diagnosis is, they know what the treatment is, and they don't need certain objective tests to diagnose you with those things. But a lot of times, the insurance companies do need an objective test to use in order to make that diagnosis stick. So even though you may have been diagnosed with a certain condition, it's important to make sure that any objective test that is out there is in fact done to verify that you weren't lying about your condition to begin with. So the insurance company is always going to be looking out to make sure that they're not getting robbed by a claimant who is misleading their doctors or misleading the insurance company. So make sure that you don't make these 3 mistakes. And if you have made one of these 3 mistakes, come talk to me. I'd be happy to look at your case. I'd be happy to look at your denial letter just to see exactly what the insurance company said. And then I will give you a strategy for handling the problems that the insurance company listed in the denial letter. I hope this has been helpful. You can reach us by telephone or by email. All of our information is visible on our website, www.osterbindlaw.com, or on our Facebook group. Check us out. We'd be happy to help you in any way that we can.